How's it going, guys? My name is LongBarrel and welcome to a brand new how to be a better CSGO player video. In this video we'll be discussing eco rounds and everything involved in playing one. Talking about ecos is very challenging as there are a lot of misconceptions in what an eco actually is. Today I'm going to talk to you guys all about ecos and how you can make sure each eco is successful. This is how to be a better eco player. Being an economy-based game, it is a given that at some point in each match you were forced to play an eco round to ensure you have a stronger economy for the next round. An eco is a sacrificial round that is crucial in giving your team a fighting chance after getting your economy destroyed. In an eco round, your team must resist buying expensive weaponry and equipment to allow themselves to save up money going into the next round. Knowing how and when to eco is great knowledge to have as a CSGO player, and I think the best place to start is to know the difference between an eco and a force buy. You'll be surprised at the amount of people that don't know the difference between an eco and a force buy. These kind of people are most likely to buy when your whole team is saving, therefore messing up your economy even further. Now, what classifies as a force buy is anytime you empty out your economy buying anything possible into the round. For example, each player has around $3,500, everyone decides to force FAMAS armor instead of saving for a stronger buy. Another great example is when you decide to fully buy up immediately after the pistol round. An eco is the exact opposite of a force buy. An eco is the act of saving the little cash that you have, and instead of using it up, you put it towards the next round. An eco round on its own is a throwaway round, but that doesn't mean you don't have a chance of making a difference. I'm going to teach you guys how to play an eco round and what you want to accomplish in it. When choosing to eco, it's very important that you keep in mind what your current economy is. Keeping track of your economy will allow you to better understand what you can bring into the following rounds. On the CT side, the first round loss bonus always starts at $1,400 and rises by $500 with each consecutive loss. After 5 rounds, the loss bonus will even out at $3,400 and will be maintained until you win a round. On T side, loss bonus works the same way, except you can get an additional $800 just for planting the bomb. Knowing this information, if you can predict what your economy will be in the future, you can buy certain things into the round to make it more successful without affecting the integrity of your eco. Let's say, for instance, you lost a round. Your economy is now reset and you have $1,500 in the bank. Now, do some quick math, you'll know that after losing the upcoming round, you'll be at around $3,400, meaning that you'll have to save again. It is wise to use half of your economy on a pistol and a couple of nades instead of fully saving. Having to eco 2 times, you can afford to spend some money as you'll have enough money anyway for when you're buying. Keep track of your current loss bonus and make quick calculations to see how much you will end up with once it's time to buy. One of my favorite ways of playing an eco round is buying a P250 in just Kevlar. It only costs $1,000 and it gives you a chance at picking up some kills. My mentality is, if you have money to spare, it's better to invest it now than end up not using it later. Believe it or not, there's a lot that goes into playing an eco round. Unfortunately for most, an eco round is simply a round to get over with, a throwaway round that is meaningless. But if you play an eco round correctly and efficiently, it can change the course of the game in your favor. First things first, focus on numbers. The more of you guys engaging an enemy, the higher the chance that they'll die before they can take too many of you out. When on an eco, it's best to buddy up or group up and spread out. Having weaker weapons than the enemy means that taking 1v1 deals with the enemy is not beneficial to you. If you have a buddy with you who can trade kill or help you get the kill, you can be one step closer to hopefully winning the round. 6 out of 10 times, the enemy will know that you're on an eco. With this knowledge, the enemy team will adjust accordingly to play their anti-eco. In most cases, the team will do one of 2 things on an anti-eco: spread out and hold for pushes, or push themselves. If you can read what the enemy is going to do early in the round, you can counter them if you play it right. Playing an eco as a terrorist. Sometimes holding for the pushing CTs is very effective as you can isolate the duels in close quarters. Take a little bit of time at the start of the round to see if the CTs are aggressing. If they are, buddy up and hold tight crossfire angles. Now, if you notice that they're not pushing, this is where you want to come together and simply rush a bomb site. If the enemy is holding default positions, you can take a site by simply overwhelming the enemy on it. CT side ecos are a little bit more challenging as it's really hard to predict what side the Ts are going for, let alone hold their push with little to no equipment. Just like on T side, take the time to figure out how the enemy is going to play their anti-eco. If you see that the Ts are taking their time and they're not showing themselves, it means that they're waiting for you guys to make the mistake and push. If you know that they're playing passive, take the time to set up on site, take a close angle and make them push you. Waste their time by making them check every angle and allow them to get into close range where your pistols are the deadliest. Choosing to rush is also a good idea, but only when a bunch of you guys are committing to the push. Sometimes getting your whole team to push a certain area can be beneficial, as you can catch a few T's off guard and take away a couple of rifles. If you can take out a couple of the enemies, that's already a successful eco. Individually, you'll want to use anything and everything around you to help you win the gunfights. Use structures as cover, jiggle peek, head glitch, etc. If you or your team has a flash, ask for pop flashes or offer to pop flash them. Use smokes to hide it and surprise your enemy, or smoke off a choke point and wait for them to come through it. Also learn to beneficially bait your teammates. Bait frags are some of the best ways to completely catch a player off guard, and they put you in an advantage regardless of your weapon. Other than that, there's not much you can do in an eco being broke and having no equipment to back you up. Your best bet is to work together, hold tight angles, and use anything possible to gain an advantage. Or just use a Tech 9, that thing is better than rifles anyways. Too many people play an eco round with the sole goal of getting it over with, but few people recognize the impact an eco round can have on the game. When playing an eco, although you should be hoping to win the round, it's not your main objective. Your goal is to inflict as much economical damage to the enemy team as possible while trying anything to strengthen yours. Think of it this way, the more people you take out, the more money they will have to spend to gear up again. If the enemy team can't build up a solid economy, you will be guaranteed to have a stronger buy and therefore a higher chance to win the game. At the same time as ruining their economy, every rifle that you manage to bring with you into the buy round means that those $3,000 can go towards the bank for later rounds. On T side, however, your primary goal should always be to get the bomb down. The juicy $800 you get on top of your loss bonus can go a long way on T side economy. A successful eco round doesn't necessarily mean winning it. If you can take out a couple of enemy players, save a rifle or two, or just get the bomb down, that's a successful eco round. Don't be mad that you didn't win, instead think about the impact of the round and focus on winning the next one. It is really easy to make mistakes on an eco. Avoid being a deer in headlights with these tips. Don't get caught out. You're useless if you're dead. Avoid open areas and long range battles. Always play around corners and have an escape route ready. Having a pistol means you won't have enough ammo to take out more than 2 people most of the time, so always be ready to escape should you need to reload. Don't get greedy. Never ever put yourself in danger trying to chase an enemy or trying to snag a rifle. This is such an easy mistake to make, as tunnel vision can affect your judgment in a crucial moment. Recognize when it's safe to chase and when it's clear to grab a dropped rifle. Always be wary of your actions and stay aware of anything that might happen. Stay patient. As hard as it may be to hold your position, don't be that guy that pushes by himself and gets killed. At the same time, try not to peek prematurely. You're better off waiting for them to peek you, as you have a higher chance of killing them close range. Eco rounds are all about making the enemy make the mistakes. You won't get very far if you're the one making them. Buy something. As talked about previously, you must be good at managing your money and keeping track of your economy. Don't be afraid of buying on an eco as long as it doesn't hurt you in the long run. Communicate. For some reason, people seem to stop communicating just because they're on an eco. Don't think that just because you're going to lose the round means that you don't have to communicate at all. Communicating during an eco round is super important, as this is the round where you really gotta know where the enemy is and where they're not. And last but not least, don't stress it. At the end of it all, it's simply an eco round. No matter how close you came to winning it, don't get upset, don't start to tilt, and most importantly, forget the round ever happened and focus on winning the following one. An eco round isn't meant to be won. Like I said, you're looking to cause some damage or save some weapons. As long as this eco was an impactful one, it was a success. There are many different ways of playing an eco. In one way or another, they all end with a win or a loss. Remember to work with your team, communicate, maintain your focus, and you should be good to go. Know that successful ecos aren't always about winning them. Eco rounds on their own are going to lead you where you need to be either way, so whatever you do on top of that is just extra, and that's what makes a successful eco. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you go follow my Twitter and Twitch. The links will be in the description. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like and share this video so more people can learn with us. As always, if you're new here and like what you see, don't hesitate to subscribe. My name has been LongBarrel, and remember, be water, my friends.